Okay, hello. So I know I was supposed to post a video last Thursday, but I'm going to be honest with you. I spent Thursday through to Tuesday looking after little Finn. Unfortunately, he didn't make it. Turns out that the live plants in his tank weren't doing so well, so they were poisoning his water and taking out all the oxygen. So I honestly tried everything I could, including something my neighbour taught me, to blow bubbles into the tank. But after 5 days, he went. So that's really sad news. But I am using it as an opportunity to remind me to be grateful for that life is not as much of a struggle. Like, I'm not going to be complaining about how cold it is in the morning now, because that was not fun. Anyway, so like I sort of said in my first post, I want to share some things that lessons I wish I'd learnt earlier with you guys. And I have too much noise in the background. I'm going to check this and make sure it's okay, because I've got my dryer going. Anyway, I guess the first thing is, on that morbid note, I read an article which they actually talked to people who were at the end of their lives, and it said, you know, what lessons do you wish you had known? And so many of them, the number one thing was, I wish I hadn't cared what other people had thought. And I thought, why do we have to get to the end of our lives to realise that? Like, we are at the... Right now, you are at the youngest that you will ever be. Like, why not make the most of it? Who cares what other people think? The thing is that people are going to come into your lives and people are going to go, and the ones that are going to stick around are the ones that don't care. And, you know, there's a Dr. Seuss saying, I love Dr. Seuss, by the way. I'm going to send you a little link to Oh, the Places You'll Go, because I think that's a fantastic book. Anyway, he says, those who matter don't mind, and those who mind don't matter. Yeah, I think I think it's the other way around, but you get the idea. Like, the people that really care about you will just accept you as you are. I think that's one of the big things that took me a while to get my head around. Number 2 is just to let life teach you things. Steve Jobs. I'm gonna give you a whole lot of little speech links, so I hope that's okay. But Steve Jobs does a really good job about talking about that things are going to happen in your life, and you can't always connect the dots at the time, but later on it might actually serve to be really useful to you. Like, he talks about he went to college, and he was really not enjoying himself. Anyway, he ended up dropping out, and because he dropped out of the classes that he didn't like, it meant that he could try classes that he did. And so he started, like, just coming along to some calligraphy classes, which, because at the time the uni that he was at was like renowned for its calligraphy. Anyway, at the time that seemed completely pointless. Like, when are you going to need to know how to space different letters in different things? And then lo and behold, he goes on to be Apple, like to make Apple be Apple. And that created the fonts that we have today. And the reason that we have all these fonts is because of just that tiny little thing. So try and keep that, like, when things are happening, just go with them. The third one, God, I'm really trying not to make this long, and I think it's already long. It is. The third one, my sister actually lent me this book the other day, and it's called The Art of Possibility. And the author talks about, they were on their way whitewater rafting, and the whole way there, to the river, the instructors are like, toes to the nose, look for the boat. Toes to the nose, look for the boat. And the guy is just like, this was driving him insane. By the time he got there, he's just like, argh. Anyway, he fell out of the boat, and he said for a moment there was just nothing. There was no up, there was no down, there was no air, and then this thought came into his head, toes to nose. Which is obviously why they had kept like repeating it. So I think that I think this is really useful, because I think that everybody should have like little phrases that they just tell themselves just to keep themselves in check. For me, I came across this reading Miranda Kerr's Treasure Yourself book, which is definite read for all of you girls out there. And my two at the moment are, I'm open to new experience, and I do my best to live a less stressful life. And when things are getting crazy, I feel like that's a really good way of just bringing yourself back to center. And those are my things, like I'm open to new experience, rather than just be like, no, I don't want to do that. Be like, okay, well, maybe there's something here. And if you keep saying them, it makes it a lot easier to sort of, it just becomes part of you. So I think that's really a really important one. Let life teach you. And there was one more, hang on, I did write some little, oh, okay, this is another important one. Don't worry about how things look. Honestly, I don't know if it happens in other countries, but Australian girls, I say this as I'm twirling my hair, Australian girls seem to have this thing that there's this strive for perfection. And in all honesty, when you think about things that are perfect or seemingly perfect, they're really sterile looking and not real. Like, the thing that makes things beautiful is the fact that they are real. So screw it. There is nobody else in this world that looks like you do, who has seen the things that you have seen and experienced the things that you have. Like, that alone means that you are irreplaceable. And so just yeah, like, learn to be okay with imperfection, because there are always going to be imperfections in life. The only thing that you can change is the way that you view them. And you don't want to get to the end of your life and be like, I had things so perfect and I was worried about whatever. Like, you always hear about people who have a car accident or something really life-changing happens to them, and they're like, oh, you know, I wish I had had some perspective on that. So yeah, so that's my I don't know, quick life lessons for you. I hope it's useful. I hope that this doesn't seem like some rant, and I'm really sorry for any of you boys who started listening to this and are just like, this is too deep for a Thursday afternoon. I don't know. But yeah, anyway, so what I want to know is if any of you guys want to let me know what lessons you wish that you had learned earlier in life, or what's something that you would tell past you. Anyway, I will talk to you again soon, and yeah, bye.